Good morning. This is the regular Friday morning meeting of the Lorain County Board of Commissioners. Apologize for being a couple minutes late, but try to remember it is Friday the 13th. So with that, can we please stand and pay respects to the flag?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Commissioner Riddell.
Here.
Commissioner Moore.
Here.
Commissioner Hung.
Here.
We have a quorum. We have two proclamations today. The first proclamation is to proclaim the month of September as Hunger Action Month, Second Harvest. And I think Julie's here, right?
Yep.
Julie Moore, okay.
Thank you so much. We appreciate deeply your support over the past few years, but especially in recognizing Hunger Action Month. We know that there are so many people who are struggling with food insecurity in our communities. We've seen almost a 32% increase since just last year of people accessing food from food pantries. So it means so much that you recognize hunger as a serious issue here in Lorain County, and we appreciate your support.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Look at the proclamation.
Right. Okay.
Yep.
Yep, we wanna go up and get a photo, or
Yeah.
did you wanna?
Yes.
Okay.
Fuzzy Pickles. Thank you. Nice to see you. These wipes are not conducive for good pictures, guys. Somebody wanted a picture, but not get right in the way of said picture.
Oh.
The wipes. That's why I moved them.
Okay, the second proclamation is to proclaim the month of September as Kinship Month. Kristen Fox Berkey, Director of Children's Services, and kinship staff and grandparents.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
I'm Kristen Fox Berkey, the Director of Lorain County Children's Services. Thank you so much for having us here today. And I'm here today because September is Kinship Month. And we always appreciate the opportunity to educate our community about the wonderful kinship caregivers that are in Lorain County. Kinship caregivers, we always recognize them and grateful for them for their willingness to take in children on sometimes very short notice. Lorain County Children's Services provide services to our kinship caregivers, and those services include actually locating family members for children who are in need, letting them know what is happening and how they can be of help to those children. We talk to them about the process in case they would like to be considered as a kinship caregiver, and then we provide local and state resources to them as they move along their kinship journey. Years ago, when children had to stay someplace else and they weren't able to stay with their family, they would live with an unrelated foster family. And even though we very much appreciate our foster families, they're qualified, they're loving, and they provide wonderful care for children in need, we are very happy when the state and the feds actually recognize the importance of kinship care and started to make changes in that area to help support kinship caregivers. Kinship caregivers are very important, and children living with kin is very important because then those children are able to stay connected to their families, to their communities, and to their culture. When a child can't stay with their parent, our staff starts looking really hard for relatives. And sometimes the families we're working with, they're not always willing to give us the names of kin. And so we have to do our own research. So our staff has been trained on how to do that in some kind of unconventional ways even, of how do you locate family members. For instance, it took us a little bit of time to locate Tanya Percy and her husband Calvin, because unbeknownst to her, her great niece was living with the foster family, and our staff was doing everything under the sun trying to locate relatives with no luck. And then what happened was we came upon an obituary, and in that obituary for the family, it mentioned Tanya. So our staff reached out to her, and she and her husband immediately were receptive to our staff and started working with us on how they could help this little girl. Tanya and Calvin talk about how they consider it a blessing from the Lord to be able to provide a loving and stable home and to keep her in their family and to surround her with love. And they're here with us today. The term kinship family expands beyond relatives and expands to close family friends too. Shannon, and Shannon is here with us today, is one of those family friends who became a caregiver for an infant when he was discharged from the hospital with complex medical needs. Shannon immediately took advantage of the services and the support that we were able to give her so that she could provide Bentley with a quality home and loving care. And then, unexpectedly, within a month, little Bentley's 3 older siblings needed to come into care. And immediately Shannon opened her door to them as well. And she, saying, if I'm able to keep these 4 brothers together, why wouldn't I do that? So she's now caring for the 4 brothers. And the wonderful thing about kinship care.
He can't get out.
Yeah, there's security at the back door.
Yeah. We have a dedicated.
He's on the
That's
go.
what's scary about government. You can't get out. Once you get
So Shannon's able to take care of all 4 brothers. She's able to advocate for them in school, and she's able to guide them as they get older and look towards adulthood, and all that giving them love and support. So we're here today to say thank you to these 2 families, but also to the hundreds of others who have willingly and lovingly opened their homes to children who are in need. And I appreciate this time that you've given us. Thank you.
Do you know if the big push I remember years ago was trying to figure out ways to compensate the families, because beforehand there, it was only foster care was the only way that people could get assistance. Have they increased the assistance for this, or?
Yes, the state of Ohio has a program now where they do provide some monthly subsidy to caregivers.
Okay.
And what I think is really great is kinship caregivers can now become licensed as foster parents for the children that they're caring for. And if they are able to go through that whole process and be licensed, they can receive legal custody through our courts here, and then the state will provide them with an actual subsidy, monthly subsidy, until those children are adults at age 18. That's a more recent program, but it really was needed, and
yeah.
I'm proud of the state that we've been able to do that.
Oh, fantastic! Because my next door neighbor did the same at birth, and your department was fantastic. I just want to let you know that, because I'm not using names or anything, but it was like when I heard what they went through and how you guys handled it, I was just kind of proud to say, yeah, that's our team here.
Oh, well, thank you. I do have some of the representatives from our family-based care and kinship folks here with us,
Oh,
too.
there.
And they are the ones providing support, doing all the home studies and stuff like that for our kinship families.
Well, it's the care and compassion that you guys provide that really helps people in these times. So thank you. Thank you. But you guys,
We put a group together. Shannon, don't worry. A lot of adults tried to get out of this meeting.
Would you like them to come up?
yeah, do they want a photograph? Is that okay? Okay, okay. Oh, they found, okay.
Well, there's more.
Oh, is this all your? Oh, okay. Welcome. Welcome.
Aw.
I forgot about that, so I saw you.
Yeah, just scoot. Just squeeze in. You guys over here need to scoot this way a little, in more. The one with the blue shirt. Okay, you got it. Look how cute. It doesn't matter which way we dance.
It's gonna be there anyway. I honestly, I never even thought about looking at the tree to see if we were in it or not. Yeah, it doesn't really go.
Yeah, with that big of a crowd, there is nowhere I could go. I'm just like, forget
Big of
it.
a head, I'm kind of there, yeah, I guess.
It makes sound, that's
I want
why.
to get out of the way for the picture.
Yeah.
Don't leave yet. Don't leave yet.
Does Shannon want one by herself though?
Shannon, which one, Shannon?
The one with the little boy?
Oh, yeah, okay.
I didn't know if she wanted one by herself.
I didn't want to get in there, so I'm trying to stay out.
Yeah.
You guys wanna come in or go?
Commissioner Riddell?
You got 4 boys, huh? Good luck.
He didn't seem to approving of Administrator Armbruster every time he looked at him. He'd be like, oh, I don't wanna go that way.
He's still holding very tight onto her.
Yeah.
You see that, right? You wanna wait for a minute till they clear? What we were saying. No, you're okay. You're welcome to stay.
You don't have, they can't make you stay.
We appreciate you guys so much, and we're humble and honored for you to bestow this blessing upon us and our family. And it would not be possible. I got the most wonderful girls in the world. And they help, because I work at night, and then they help out watching the baby. And when somebody needs help, one of them will fill in. Even my granddaughters are helping, and it's just been a wonderful blessing. And even this week, you know, we've opened our house to different people and things like that, helping different ones, different families and things like that. I think it sets a precedent for everybody else to try and help one another too as brothers and family. Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
sir. Thank you. Oh. Was there? He was hiding, or unless he just snuck in. Michael showed up.
Thank you.
A smoothie?
Yeah. The kids are
Kids are-
during the meeting, you can't go get one.
Yeah. How long are they there till?
11:30.
Oh, okay, we got time.
Okay.
But,
Under resolutions, number 1, investments.
so moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
2, appropriations.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 3, transfers. There were none. Number 4, advances, repayments. There were none. Number 5, requisitions.
So we have page 1, we have 2 pages today. Victor, page 2.
Oh,
Motion to approve.
second?
Discussion. Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Number 6, travel.
Move to approve.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 7, bills.
Let's see. We have page 2, Victor. Page 3. Seeing anything extraordinary, motion to approve.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Number 8, county commissioners may recess in executive session to consider the appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, along with any other matters as specifically identified by motion in accordance with the Ohio Revised Code 121.22G 1 through 8. Are you executive session or?
Move to approve the personnel summary sheet.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
C, public comment on agenda items? No.
Nothing.
Old business? No. Board business, number 9, authorize and approve the issuance by the Lorain County Port Authority of Economic Development Revenue Bond Series 2024, Fares Forever Project tax exempt, in aggregate principal amount not to exceed $10 million.
Move to approve.
Second?
Discussion.
Mr. Miller is here today.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is the final resolution to approve the issuance of the bonds for the Fares Forever project. This resolution today is required by the Internal Revenue Code because the bonds are tax-exempt bonds. And the code requires that we have a TEFRA hearing, which we had last Thursday. That's the Tax Equity and Fiscal Responsibility Act, for those keeping score at home. That was last Thursday. We took comments. There were none. And we now come before you as you are the applicable elected representatives of the Port Authority to approve the issuance of these bonds as tax-exempt bonds. So this is all just because they're tax-exempt.
Anything further? Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Thank you
Thanks,
very
Jim.
much.
Thanks, Jim.
Under Job and Family, 10, amend Resolution 23-786, adopted November 3rd of 23, authorizing Rakshas and Ranjan, MD and Associates, Inc., DBA Cherik Center for Health and Wellness, to provide non-emergency medical transportation. The amendment is to reflect an extension of contract period of October 1st of 24 through September 30th of 25, for a total contract amount not to exceed $450,000, and will be paid from the Medicaid net funds account.
So moved.
Second?
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
11, amend Resolution 23-785 adopted November 3rd, 23, authorizing Lorain County Transit to provide non-emergency medical transportation. The amendment is to reflect an extension of the contract period of October 1st of 24 through September 30th of 25. Total contract amount will not to exceed $450,000 and will be paid from Medicaid net funds account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
12, amend Resolution 24-409 adopted June 21st of 24, authorizing AmeriCab Transportation, Inc., provide non-emergency medical transportation in the amount not to exceed $750,000. This amendment is to reflect an extension of time from the period October 1st of 24 through September 30th of 25, and will be paid from the Medicaid net funds account.
So moved.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
Workforce Development 13, amend Resolution 24-321 adopted May 10th of 24, approving an MOU with Lorain County Workforce Development Agency and Place 2 Recovery, allowing for the creation of a disaster relief employment opportunity to be reimbursed through the Fresh Start Grant. This amendment is to correct the date of extension is August 23rd of 25, not August 23rd of 24.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion.
Yeah, it's just jumping out of me, Teresa.
Oh, I'll correct that.
Okay.
24.
All right.
Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hunt?
Yes.
Under the engineer, 14, amend Resolution 24-103, adopted February 13th of 24, awarding and entering a contract with Kekosing Construction Company, Elyria, in the amount of $1,443,170.76 for the Baumhart Road resurfacing project in Henrietta and Camden Township. This amendment is to reflect a non-federal eligible cost of $5,189.40 due to several areas of the pavement repair were not eligible for federal funding, and this will be paid from the engineer project account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
15, enter in consulting services agreement with K. McCartney and Associates, Inc. in the amount of $49,500 to assist with general engineering services on a task order basis with fees based upon the number of hours worked in accordance with their hourly rates as outlined in the agreement, and this will be paid from the engineer project account.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion. Commissioner Moore?
Aye.
Commissioner Riddell?
Aye.
Commissioner Hung?
Yes.
County Administrator?
If you haven't noticed, but Room D, Pruitt Smooth Cafe is over there. The Murray Ridge kids are back, 9:30 to 11:30, and actually, they've got some
Got a
really
smoothie.
neat goodies over there.
I got mine.
Oh, you got yours? Is that your milkshake? So they've got iced coffee, they've got all kinds of goodies over there, and these kids really enjoy coming to the county administration building that we started last year, well, actually this year. It seems like they went through the summer, so I'm calling it last spring. How's that? But they're back, and I know that they're on a schedule, I think, to finish the end of the year out. It'll be pretty cool. So let's, if you can, stop by Room D and get some Pruitt Smooth Cafe stuff. Yesterday, we had a internet outage. It started with Microsoft and AT&T, and then unfortunately for us here at the County Administration Building, we had a failure of a piece of equipment downstairs from Everstream. Because Everstream and Ornet were working on the Microsoft AT&T much larger outage throughout the country, their staff they did get over here. We were back on operation last night, and last night at 8:30, Ornet and Everstream had us back online with a brand new piece of equipment downstairs. Talking to Todd Sharkey, who's still dealing with those, making sure that it all does, and that's why he's not here today. We are just a month away from the redundancy, having to come in from one way or another and having two pieces of equipment down there to handle it rather than that. So it could have waited, but it didn't, unfortunately. That completes my report.
It was a warning shot to finish the job.
That's right.
Just a question maybe for Karen, we passed today about just under $2 million worth of transportation expenses for jobs and family services and different entities. And some of it's for non-emergency medical transportation. And I just hope that as we finish our first year with the new program that, which is
VIA,
the new VIA program, that we take a look, because those contracts and those practices were developed before we had VIA. And so hopefully, as we go down the road, we'll find a way to coagulate some of those services so that we can handle them a little bit more efficiently.
Yes, Commissioner, that is correct. We're gathering data. The one thing with workforce development and jobs and family is they are actually located in Elyria Township, which is not within our VLC routes. So we're looking at the numbers to see if we can, again, make an adjustment to try to accommodate those that would need the service.
well,
So
it's not really the adjustment. What I guess what I would like to see is these are other dollars coming in, correct?
see.
So maybe can we expand those services into certain areas? Like you said, you're gathering the data, and this is a work in progress for the next 12 months anyway.
Right.
Data gathering, correct?
That is correct.
And so what I'm wondering, like Commissioner Riddell was saying, is this is a lot of money right here. Could we use that to offset the cost of VIA to expand that services to other areas, right? I mean, I don't know, right?
It's definitely something that we can look into and investigate.
Well, the thing is, are these services free, or do these people participate and pay $1 or $2, or it sounds like it's free?
It is
Okay.
free. So it's not free. Obviously, that's what the $2 million is. It pays for those services for these individuals. I believe that folks receive a voucher, and then that's how they pay for the physical
Oh, is that how that
ride.
works? Okay, so maybe we could use that system.
Well, and Elyria Township's not exactly the other side of the county.
I know. So it is outside of both Elyria and
I get
Lorain,
it.
and
I get it.
it's terrible that that's just the way it works. So we're trying to kind of make adjustments on the fly, but we don't want to do that without having the data to support it.
I think it's important when you run a pilot program, run the pilot,
Right?
okay? If you start changing too much stuff, you can't remember what you started with and, all the rest of that, so. But I just think that, emergency transportation, medical transportation, that's a whole different ballgame. But going to the doctor's appointment or something along those non-emergency stuff is a different kind of animal. And I hope that we can figure out how to get this all done under one umbrella.
Yes, Commissioner, I agree.
Yes.
Okay, you closed quickly there, Mr. County Administrator Armbruster, and we passed it off to Karen. If you could take a few moments, you alluded to the outage yesterday and the redundancies that are coming. The Board of Commissioners is some people, if they, we're paying attention to those ARPA dollars. We've made a significant investment in our IT infrastructure. So if you could if you want to talk about that a little bit, it's been a project that's been going on for a couple of years, and I think it's dollars well spent. If you could just give a review of what you can review on it, because I know some of this stuff we can't talk about until it's rolled out.
Well, from 35,000 square feet in the air, I mean, we are making progress. Office 365 has been instituted. You've got the redundancy that we're talking about is actually having fiber come from one side and fiber come from the other, so that if one side goes down, the other side's going to work. Because it's coming from different ports or different places within the United States or within the state of Ohio is how it works. Other than that, we really need Todd Sharkey down here it is a very complex situation. It's one that we've made tremendous progress in. And honestly, if you have seen the pictures with what we've done over at the Justice Center from what it was to what it is today, there's significant progress in all buildings. Dan, do you want to?
Yeah, I get where you're coming from, Commissioner Hung. Some of this, I think Jeff is looking at me not because of my well-known knowledge of IT stuff, but you know, some of this stuff, because of the communications and because we just can't, I don't want Jeff to blunder into something that he doesn't quite understand.
Right.
That we're saying something that somebody could take advantage of and attack the system. And if we're gonna have this kind of presentation, maybe Todd could be the guy that could come down and talk about it. At the
Yes.
Yeah,
next,
and
at
I
the
think
next meeting.
the point was sharing with the public that these are dollars that are ARPA dollars and have been well spent. And
Yeah.
it's an investment in our county.
Yeah, my understanding is we are in a far better place than we were when
Absolutely.
we all started this 3 years ago. But what that means in real terms, I don't know.
Well, thank you.
Yes, and the goal was not to have happen to us what happened to the city of Cleveland back about 7, 8
Right.
weeks ago.
Correct. Yes, and I have already spoken with Mr. Sharkey to have him give a presentation to the board.
Oh,
So
wonderful.
maybe we can do that at our next Friday meeting. We can get him on the agenda.
Good.
Thanks, Teresa.
Okay.
Thank you.
Hold on. Are you guys done? Oh. Okay. I have nothing, just to remind you of your public hearing or commissioners meeting Tuesday at 4:30.
4:30?
Mr.
4:30.
President,
Yes,
I will move to waive the reading of the board correspondence.
second?
Discussion. Commissioner Hung,
Yes,
Commissioner Dell,
Aye.
Commissioner Moore.
Aye.
that was a long one too, Teresa.
It was. New business? No. Public comment.
Public
Do you
comments.
want these?
Yes, ma'am.
Michael Carlo?
Good morning, Commissioners. Michael DeCarlo, 320 Alberta Vermilion. I want to give a shout out to the Veterans Administration out of Cleveland, the health center out there. Did some miracle work on my ear. I can walk around pain free for a couple days. Life's good. As far as what I'm working on in North Ridgeville, Mr. President, we ain't at a standstill. We've made some progress. Had a meeting on Monday with the law director and the records clerk, and we made our submission and made any clarifications that were cleared up any errors in my request that I had made, so that there were no errors in it, a clear understanding. As far as my assessment on that, the whole situation, as far as the tactics used, I find them to be very astute. As far as the strategy used, I consider it to be lacking. And as far as the procedure, it failed to the point that it violated a social contract. But we're going to get the information and move on and see what we can do from there, Mr. President. As far as our strengths that we got going on and why I'm actually doing this, is that our strengths is our people. We come from the hardest, folks here, I'm pretty well traveled. I've been as far east as like Czech Republic, Bavaria, and as far west as United Arab Emirates and Bahrain. We come from a really hard-working people. We will work a problem until that problem works itself. And right now, all we're trying to do is show the folks that, hey, this might be a problem, so we can work that process so it doesn't happen anymore. That's the whole purpose of this whole exercise here, Mr. President. Because if we can't change this, we become like and we permit this to be considered normal, the new normal, under a new brand. We've come just like every other place in the world, and that's not American. And be able to challenge it in logic and reason, without need of force, just using paperwork and the pen. More dangerous than any sword you'll ever have. Have a great weekend. Let's get some fishing and manage those injection points and go 6119. And good job with everybody. And call Avon for the senior transportation they got going on there. I compared and contrasted that with Arizona when I was living out there, try to get it more efficient, and they're on the ball over there. So if you can get some comments or something from them, be more efficient, we'll help you out.
Thank you, Michael. Mr. Sherman?
Good morning, Commissioners. Thank you, Chairman. I want to thank again Chairman Riddell, Budget Director Saunders, and Mr. Petticourt regarding my Tuesday inquiry for an update regarding my request for information regarding the loan to the Port Authority of Midway Mall. I got a response that night, so that was really expedited from August 27th. So, regarding the loan, as of 8/27/24, the amount owed, principal and interest, is $14,781,498.94. Out of that, 13.9 is the loan, interest of $881,498.94, for the total of $14,781,498.94. Payments made to date, 0. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Sherman.
Mr. Sherman, if I could ask you a question, just to clarify, that came from KC, right?
Yes.
Okay, just in case anybody asks, that you weren't up here just pulling the numbers out of thin air.
No, here's the email. I'll be glad to share it. In fact, it went to, there's quite a string it went to.
It went from, it eventually got to me and I gave it to Mike.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. The request went in on 8/27. Casey responded the next day, and then it went to Mr. Petticourt's office for review. And then Tuesday night, Casey responded with his numbers, and I guess gave it to Mr. Petticourt, and then it got forwarded to me Tuesday night, so.
Okay, thank you.
But no, these are,
Sorry. You probably said
these
that.
are the numbers. There's a string of emails out there, so
But they're the accurate.
Yeah, they're good numbers.
they're the numbers.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. There being nothing else, the meeting is adjourned.
We shall pass that down, guys.
Hey,
This is all set.
That's just Commissioner Riddell.